What's up, guys? CryptoSavy here. Welcome to the channel where you subscribe to get daily updates every day on Bitcoin. We are going to be taking a look at the charts. Is there a massive move coming this week? I do believe so. I'm also going to show you a trade setup that I'm looking at towards the end of the video, so make sure you stick around for the whole thing. Let's get into it. Alright guys, as always, this is not financial advice, trading advice, or investment advice. Always do your own due diligence before investing or trading in any market. I want to remind you guys, on Sunday we do a Kobo Vault Generation 2 hard wallet giveaway. Not your keys, not your crypto. Get your keys off your exchanges if you're not trading them. Also, I've kind of changed it up a little bit. So if you don't want the Kobo Vault, I will give you $50 worth of Bitcoin, so you can make that decision if you are the winner. All you have to do to enter to win is make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash that thumbs up and leave your comments down below, and I'll pick a random comment from a random video throughout the week on Sunday to pick the winner. Let's get into it. Looking at the news headlines to get a feel for the sentiment, as always. Is asteroid mining really our best argument for Bitcoin over gold? Bitcoin to ignite after Labor Day, warns former Prudential CEO and surprise crypto firm. U.S. foils militant cryptocurrency fundraisers. Blockchain bites, Ripple's rebuff, DeFi's degens, and China's CBDC. Meet a freelance cyberpunk developer in Africa. Kind of goofy news. Novogratz says Biden-Harris good for the country, bad for markets. Chainlink continues hot streak. Everything's still really bullish in the news. Of course, I'm still bearish. We're going to take a look at that, the short term, midterm, and we will take a look at the long term. Fear and greed index, we're at 83, up 1 point from yesterday. Still in the extreme greed zone. We know what usually happens when we get there. So looking at this, for anyone that hasn't seen it, the thick white trend lines, the bullish case that we broke out right here, the measured move of that is around 27,000. That is the very bullish look at it. I do think we're going to have a pullback still. And as you can see, I have a yellow dotted trend line here off of these wicks. We did get supported by that. This is the monthly. A close above this trend line is going to be ugly in my opinion. As of right now on the monthly, 9,700 is the 8 EMA. I do feel we will get a pullback towards this most likely. And another thing I want to point out, higher highs in the price, lower highs in the RSI, bearish divergence in the monthly. That takes a while to play out. And let's take a look at the weekly. Take a look at the bullish case first. We are getting supported on that yellow trend line. And you'll notice that is throughout all the way down to our 4-hour time frame as we go through. But first bullish case scenario would be looking at this as a falling broadening wedge in yellow. Measured move of that, just measuring from the point where it broke out, would get us to around 16,000. And then of course we have that $27,000 target breaking out of this triangle here. By looking at the weekly RSI, we've been talking about this for quite some time. I do believe that this is what we're seeing, and we're going to see another drop. There is room for another leg up here, so I want to be aware of that. This week's close will probably determine. If we close above this, then this is invalid, and I am bullish with a weekly close above this white trend line. Again, I am bullish with a weekly close above this trend line. As of right now, I'm still bearish there unless we close above it. This is a count I've been looking at, guys, and I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to show you a trade setup that I'm looking at that should happen. It could happen today, but I do believe it'll happen this week. We'll take a look at that at the end, so don't forget to stick around to the end of the video. I just want to show you a count I'm looking at. And this count is invalid at 12,139. If we break that, then this is all invalidated. But right now, as you can see, I have a count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3 going down to 95, 9600, back up to 10,150 area for 4, and then 5 at 8847. And if this does play out, this would only be A of a ABC, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. We bring this over, this being A, B getting us back up around the 10.8, and then back down to somewhere in the $7,600 range. Again, not saying it has to happen, but it will be invalid if we break 12,139. There is going to be some extremely life-changing trades coming up possible, guys. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out PrimeXBT. I'll leave a tutorial up top. By far the best crypto exchange in my opinion, and you can use it to trade traditional markets, also Forex and everything else, just using your Bitcoin as collateral. They have great setups in their platform. You can set up multiple charts using different time frames or different assets, however you like to do it. But here's all the stuff you can trade. There's Bitcoin, EOS, Ethereum, LTC, Litecoin, XRP, all the Forex, gold, silver, oil, all the good stuff. So definitely check them out. They're by far the fairest exchange. You can use my promo code Savy50, will get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit, up to 1 Bitcoin to trade with using towards your margin. Savy25 gets you 25% off of your trading fees. All right, let's look at the daily. So in the daily, something I've looking at here, in the bearish case, we've taken a look at our bullish targets. Now let's take a look at the bearish targets. I do believe we have topped out here, but again, a break of 12,100, let's just say 12,150 will invalidate this count. But as of right now, let's take a look at this as a rising broadening wedge. Put a measured move up here. And if we break down past this 10,550 area, we could be looking as low. And again, guys, not saying it has to go here. We could be looking as low as the 3,600 range. That is where the CME gap is, all the way down there. You can see it in the 8-hour. I'm not going to bring it up now. I'm trying to keep the video short. One more thing I want to ask you guys, leave in the comments below what altcoins you would like me to start going over, and should I add it to this video, or should I make a separate video for alts to keep the videos a little bit shorter for those that are into Bitcoin and not alts, and those that are into alts and not Bitcoin. So let me know in the comments below. That'll also get you entered to win the Kobo or the $50 in BTC. So yeah, let me know. Don't forget to smash the likes, guys. That helps the channel so much because YouTube does not like putting crypto stuff out there. So with your help, we can get it out there. Looking at the EMAs right now, we're getting supported in the daily on the 8 EMA. Let's take a look at where that's at. And then we'll take a look at the Fibonacci retracements. The 8 EMA lies at 11,777. A break below that in the daily gets us down to about 11,650. A break below that, it's about 11,400. Which would be the 21 EMA, and the 51 EMA lies around our 10,550 range. So keep that in mind if you are watching the charts. All right, so let's look at the Fibonacci retracements. If this is the top here, from the swing low to the swing high, if we do break below the 10,550, let me show you one more bullish case. A lot of people were talking about it. And this being a left shoulder head and right shoulder, and we broke the neckline. I don't like this left shoulder, although Bitcoin doesn't care if I like it or not. But if we measure the head here, go up to the neckline where it broke out, that gets us around the 17,000. There's another bullish case scenario for you if we break these trends here. But if we do break down below the 10,550, the next support would be around 0.236 fib at about 10,170. If that breaks, looking at the 89.75 range, if that would not hold, 79.93, $8,000 range. If that didn't hold. The 0.618 is right around the $7,000 range. This is the golden pocket area. And $5,600 area is a 0.786 retracement. And then, of course, we have our CME gap down here. There's nothing to say that has to fill, guys. It's just something to keep in mind. And another way to support the channel, inkyourimage.com. There's a link below. This is my wife's webpage. She has a lot of cool crypto stuff on here. She can put anything on any of this stuff you want. Just hit her up into contact. Doesn't have to be just what you see. If you have a idea or a gift idea or whatever, let her know, and she'll take care of it. And it's not garbage iron-on stuff, guys. This is quality stuff. So, all right, let's take a look at a couple things right here. So everybody talks about the RSI being oversold when it's up in this, or overbought when it's up in this area. But as you can see, and this is for the bulls out there, as you can see, we could trade sideways. The RSI resets and we get another push up into the oversold. Trade sideways and get another push up. So that doesn't mean it's sell time every time we see that. Now let's take a look at something else here. We were looking at this rising, broadening wedge. We broke down back here in March. We came up, retested it in May, and looks like we could come up and retest it again. Now, a break of this pink trend line, guys, will be extremely bullish in my eyes. A break above it, and then come back down, test it for support. And if that happens, I will definitely think we are in a full-blown bull market. Our yellow dotted trend line that we've been talking about as of right now in the daily is around 10 or 11,250 range, 11,200. One of the other reasons I think this is topped out here, guys, if we look at this triangle here, do a measured move from the widest point of the triangle, bring it up to where it broke out, and it gets us exactly where we topped out here. Bitcoin is looking pretty bullish right now. So again, if we break past the 12,139 range, I'll be looking for higher targets. Like I said, stick around. We're going to take a look at a trade setup that I'm looking at. It's going to take some patience, but I think it'll be a good setup. So that's where I'm at with that. Let's move on to, well, one more thing. Let's look at this daily RSI here. So looking at the daily RSI, it does look like we are in a rising wedge. Most likely, we come back down to test this. If we get our other push up, obviously, we come to retest this trend line. But I'm thinking we come back down, retest the bottom of the wedge here. If that breaks, I believe that will be our huge capitulation if it's going to happen. All right, now let's look at... So if we did come up to retest this trend line in the next day or two, it'd be around the $12,800 range. It's possible, but I'm not going that direction yet unless we break this 12,139. Like I said, I showed you the count for that, what I'm looking at. Now here's the trade setup. Looking at this as a triangle, and I like to use the wicks. I know a lot of people like to use the bodies. The wicks are way more accurate in my opinion. As of right now, even in the 1 hour, we're getting support on all the EMAs. As of making this video, we are at 11,918. If we come up and break this trend line here, this would be where I would put along. And it depends on where it breaks because there's a slight slope to this. So if you are trading it, I would draw the trend line in. And let's say we got up in the next hour or so, 12,050 would be the range that I would get in. If you wanted to be safe, wait for a break of this, wait for it to come back down, test the trend line, enter your long, and put your shorts, or I'm sorry, not your shorts, put your stop loss just below that trend line. That way, if it does come back, wick you out, you don't lose a bunch of money if it comes back down. Because a lot of times, guys, we can see a fake out here, and I'll show you what those... We could come up to that 12,150 range and just dump from there. Or we could see the opposite. We come down here, look like we broke through, and then go up. So you got to be aware of fake outs, and that's why we use stop losses. But that's my trade setup for a long here. And for a short, I'd be looking for a break of this trend line. Yeah, there's a lot of action. You could go in here, but this is all just chop, guys. And this is crushing over leveraged traders. So I would be looking for a break of this trend line, depending on where it's at. I have it over here at 11.5, and that would be a break sometime tomorrow. And if we break below this trend line, same thing. If you wanted to be safe, you wait for a break and a retest. If it retests and gets rejected and comes down, that's where you would want to enter your short with your stop just above the trend line here. That's what I'm looking at, and then here are the targets if that was to happen. If we do break up and get the long, first take profit would be 13,600 area, and that would be just measuring this triangle here from the breakout point. That would get us up to that 13.6 area. And if we measured this as a flag pull, and that being a bull flag, the break of that could get us to $15,000 range. Now if we go back to here and a breakdown, the measured move would be around 9,900. That's what I'm looking at, guys. Again, my bias is that we come down from here, but anything could happen. You make up your own mind. I think it's a pretty safe trade to watch for the break of this triangle. And like I said, make sure you use stops so you don't lose if it does do a fake out. And thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to leave your comments down below about making separate videos for alts or just adding them onto this, or what you'd like to see. It is your guys' channel as much as it is mine. Thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to click CryptoSavy logo above my head to get you subscribed to the channel. Smash that like button and leave your comments. Also, share the video if you belong to any groups or whatnot. Help me get the videos out there since YouTube doesn't. Thanks, guys. I'm out.